What up, what up? I'm the math teacher Goat, and today in 6th grade math, we're going to find the whole number from a percent. Now, in a previous video, what I did is I would give you the whole number and say, what's 12% of that whole number? Now, I'm telling you that 12% is something. What's the whole number? So that's what we're going to do. And we're going to use stuff like this. We're going to make ratio tables like we did before. We're going to follow very similar rules. It's going to be very repetitive today, but hopefully it clicks and it all makes sense to you. Please click on the link found in the description of this video. It'll get you the notes if you're able to print them out and follow along, because I'm going to do a bunch of problems and ask you to pause the video and do a bunch of problems as well. If you can't do that, that's okay. Just watch. You'll learn something anyway. Like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Let's talk about the thing that I was just talking about before, some very old stuff that we've seen before. What is 67% of 350? Well, whenever we do a problem like this, what I like to do is I like to put our percent on the left. So our percent is whatever percent I give you over 100. Then we take our part over the whole and put that on the right side. Now, with ratio tables, it doesn't really matter which side it goes on because you're going to follow the same rules anyway. But this is just a way to do it. You can put the part and the whole on the left. You can put the percent and the 100 on the right. It's all good. It'll work out anyway. But in this case, what I have is I have 67%. So I'm going to put that 67 on the top left. I'm going to put 100 on the bottom left. And this is my whole. That's my out of number, 350. Now, with ratio tables, you cross-multiply the two numbers that are diagonal from each other. So 67 times 350. And there's nothing wrong with going off to the side and doing the actual math, so that's what I'm going to do now. Yeah, you could probably use calculators, but nah, what fun is that? This is good practice. 7 times 0 is 0. 7 times 5 is 35. Write out your 5, carry over the 3. 7 times 3 is 21. 21 plus 3 is 24. Write that out. We don't need that 3 anymore. Now, moving to the tenths place value, the tens place value, write out that 0. 6 times 0 is 0. 6 times 5 is 30. Write out your 0, carry the 3. 6 times 3 is 18. 18 plus 3 is 21. Now we add those guys up. 0 plus 0 is 0. 5 plus 0 is 5. 4 plus 0 is 4. 2 plus 1 is 3. And nothing plus 2 is 2. So we end up with 23,450. Now we take that number and we divide it from 100. Divide it by 100. Now what you could do whenever you divide by 100 is if you have 2 zeros at the end, hack them off. That didn't happen here. I only have 1 0 at the end. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a decimal where the decimal would normally be and bump to the left 1, 2, 3 spaces. I can hack off that 0, and this leaves me with 234.5. So 234 and 5 tenths. Now, that's the old problem. Here's a whole, find the percent of it. What I'm doing is very, very, very similar. I'm saying the percent is this, find the whole, and we're going to follow extremely similar steps. We're going to make a ratio table. So say I ask you, or I tell you that 30 is 25% of what number? So the ratio table that I'm going to make is once again going to have my percent out of 100 on one side, and on the other side, I'm going to have the part over the whole. So in this case, 30 is 25% of what number? I have the percent on the left side. So 25%, always over 100. On the right side, the top right number is the part. This is the part. I don't know the whole. So 30 is going to go on the top right, and the bottom right is empty. No big deal. We follow the same exact steps. Cross-multiply the numbers that are diagonal from each other. So 3 times 1 is 3, but let's attach 1, 2, 3 zeros because 1, 2, 3 zeros at the end. Now I'm going to divide out 25. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with going off to the side and doing long division. That's what I'm going to do here, and we're going to do that a lot today. No big deal. 25 goes into 3,000. Let me see. 25 goes into 30 once. 1 times 25 is 25. Subtract 30 minus 25 is 5. Drop down the 0. 25 goes into 50 2 times. 2 times 25 is 50. Subtract, drop down the 0. Drop down the 0. 25 goes into 0 0 times. So we are left with 120. 120 is my whole. So 25% of 120 is 30. So if you watched a previous video, not the last one, but the video 2 videos ago, the last one was on estimates, we basically did the same exact thing. We created a ratio table, we cross-multiplied, we divided. It wasn't that bad. This one, the numbers are going to be a little bit sloppier, but it's still the same basic idea. Okay? All right. So find the whole. 6 is 15% of what number? So I'm going to make myself a ratio table. Okay? I have percent over 100, so that's 15 over 100. And 6 is the part, so 6 is going to go here. Now we cross multiply the numbers that are diagonal from each other. 6 times 100 is 600. We divide out 15, so divide by 15. If you need to, there's absolutely nothing wrong with going over and doing long division. So 15 is going to go into 600. Let me see. 15 goes into 60 4 times. 4 times 15 is 60. Perfect. We subtract, get 0, drop down to 0. 15 goes into 0 0 times. And our final answer is 40. So as you can see, these problems are very, very, very similar to what we did before. And if you think about it, 15%, not a really big percent, a very small percent. If you're looking at your phone and you see 15% left, you're like, uh-oh, it's going to die pretty soon. So 6 is a small chunk of 40. So all of this makes sense. Now, 2% is a very small chunk. If you looked at your phone and saw 2%, you're like, it's going to die any minute now. Well, 2% is 57. So if 2% is a big number like 57, that whole thing is going to be huge. So let's do the math behind this one. We're going to make ourselves our ratio table. Okay. We're going to put our percent on the left, so 2% out of 100. On the right, our part is 57. We don't know the whole. So we're going to cross multiply the two numbers that are diagonal from each other. 100 times 57 is 5,700. And then we're going to divide by 2. Now, let's do long division because why not? 2 is going to go into 5,700. 2 goes into 5. 2 times 2 is 4. Subtract, you get 1. Drop down to 7. 2 goes into 17. 8 times. 8 times 2 is 16. Subtract, you get 1. Drop down to 0. 2 goes into 10. 5 times. 5 times 2 is 10. So you get a 0. Drop down to 0. And 2 goes into 0 0 times. So my final answer for this guy is 2,850. Okay? So 57 versus 2,850 is much smaller. And that makes sense because it's just 2%. Like milk. Now, I just did 2. I want you to try 2 out on your own. If you're able to, pause the video. Do it on your own. Come back and check your answers, okay? So pause the video now. Okay? Let's see how you did. 12 is 60% of what number? So 12 is the part. So 60% goes on the left, 60 out of 100. 12 is the part. Put that on the top right. Let's cross multiply. 100 times 12 is 1,200. And we're going to divide by 60. Now, I know 12 divided by 6 is 2, so 1,200 divided by 60 is going to be 20. So this guy is going to be 20. That's my answer. I don't need to do long division for that one. This one, though, is not going to be as pleasant. I'm going to probably want to do long division for you. So 11% of a number, so 11 out of 100, is 495. So let's put the 495 there because that's my part. I'm going to cross multiply the two numbers that are diagonal from each other because I want to find the whole. So 495 times 100 is 49500. Let's divide out 11. And so definitely long division over here. Ugh, very long division. This is not going to be fun. 49500. I'm going to have to write small for this one. Let's even switch up the colors. All right, 11 goes into 49 four times. 4 times 11 is 44. Subtract. 49 minus 44 is 5. Oh, this is actually going to be not that bad. Drop down the 5. 11 goes into 55 5 times. 5 times 11 is 55. Subtract, you get 0. Drop down to 0. 0. Drop down another 0. 0. So we ended up with 4,500. Yeah. 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 Mickey saved $12 because he bought a baseball glove that was on sale for 30% off. What was the original price of the baseball glove? He saved $12, which means he got... So basically, the 30% off ended up being $12. So 30% off 30 out of 100 is going to go to the left. That 30% was $12. So we're going to put the 12 there. We're going to cross multiply the two numbers. 12 times 100 is 1,200. And then we're going to divide 30. So we'll do long division because why not? 30 is going to go into 1,200. Even though we don't need to, the numbers are friendly enough. 30 goes into 120 4 times. 4 times 30 is 120. Subtract them out, you get 0. Drop down another 0, and you get 0. Okay? So, $40 is going to be the whole. $40 is the price of the glove. Kind of weird. But that's how you do it. That's how you do it. That is how you do it. All right. So you're going to try a couple on your own, or just one on your own, and see if you understand what you're doing. So if you can, pause the video and do that right now. All right. Let's see if you know what you're doing. At Goat Middle School, 40% of the students in the robotics club plan to attend the science fair. If 72 students from the robotics club are attending the science fair, how many total students are in the robotics club? So 40% is 72. I need the whole. So 40%, 40 out of 100 on the left. 72 is going to be my part. I need the whole. So let's cross multiply the numbers that are diagonal from each other. So that would be 72 times 100 is 7,200. Divide out 40. Let's do long division because why not? Okay. 40 goes into 7,200. Let me see. 40 goes into 72 just one time. 1 times 4. Well, 1 times 40 is 40. Subtract. Gets you 32. Drop down the 0. 4 goes into 32 8 times, so 40 goes into 320 8 times. 8 times 40 is 320. Subtract, you get 0. Drop down to 0, you have another 0. So the whole is 180. So how many students are in the robotics club? 180 students. Oh, look at all those learners, huh? Look at all those robot learners. All right, let's wrap this guy up with another word problem. Alexis used 27% of her phone's storage while recording videos at a school talent show. If she recorded 108 videos during the event, how many videos can her phone store in total? So she used 27% of her phone's storage. That was 108 videos. 27% is 108. So we set up our ratio table. 27% is 27 over 100. 27% is 108. That's the part. We need the whole. How many videos can she store on her phone if she used all of her phone's storage? So we multiply the two numbers that are diagonal from each other. 108 times 100 is 10800. Okay, 10,800. And now we're going to divide out 27. Okay, so 27 is going to go into 10800, I think 4 times. Yeah, 4 times 27 is 108. So let's subtract it out. We get 0, drop down to 0, you get 0, drop down to 0, and you get 0. So our whole is 400. How many videos can her phone store in total? Well, that would be 400 videos. Okay. All right, so what did we learn? We learned how to find the whole if given the part. So I give you a little chunk of it. What's the whole thing going to be? I learned that, all right, well, if 2% is this much, or if 20% is this much, what does that look like for the whole? 2% is so much smaller than 20%, and we were able to compare things a little bit. And we also learned how to calculate price and total values in word problems, like the storage problem with Alexis and Nick and his baseball glove. So that is my stuff on percents. I'm done with percents for 6th grade math, so I'm done volume 2. All right, so try to watch all of my videos about percent so you understand everything very well. Thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. And until the next time, I'll catch you later. Bye.